Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our American Dream Team. It's not a podcast today. Today is going to be a training meeting, business plan meeting. Is that the marketing meeting? I think it's a marketing meeting. How to get leads. There we go. There we go.
How to fuel your business.
So I see some familiar faces here. We have some people from our American Mortgage, American Dream team, social media, marketing and branding team, and then we have some of our partners from Home First Mortgage Bankers, and we have real estate agents. I think today I'm very excited here to be hosting Will. He drove all the way down to Irvine, California to sit with me, and I just want to share a story. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about how we can collaborate in 2024, and there was one part of the conversation I think is worth mentioning. We were talking about some of our loan products, and I was really interested in how Will would get his business, right? And the main part of the conversation was he asked me in reverse, what should a real estate agent's main focus be, right? To have a successful business, right? And I answered all your common answers, right? Oh, customer service, pick up the phones. I mean, these are all the bare bone minimums that you should have, right? Like the obvious ones, right? Experience, know your market, right? You have to have all that. But there's one thing that I didn't even think about, and this is how I knew Will is a master expert marketer. He's an expert marketer because this is how marketers should think. So it was a big golden nugget for me. The answer that he gave was, you should be focused on making the phones ring.
That's it.
And that's what we're going to do today. I wanted Will to help me get my phones to ring with I'm not a real estate agent, okay? Mind you, I'm not a real estate agent, but I want my phones to ring with buyers and sellers. Why? Because I have a lot of real estate agent friends, and I want to be able to give something in return to them, right? Not just money, not right? Not just marketing, right?
I think also the conversation was, I think you asked me what I look for in a lender, and it's more of a partnership. And if a lender can help his agents get leads, that's way more valuable than all the other stuff. So I definitely think that this is huge, especially for lenders, that if you could provide this value by showing them and helping them how to get leads, that's how we get here. Because you say, okay, let's put on a training for my real estate partner. So that's why, he partnered with me to do this event, and hopefully this one goes well and we'll do more.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. So should we just get right into it then?
Let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So let me give you a little background. The first platform that I was really interested in that really caught my eye was LinkedIn. When you mentioned LinkedIn, I was like, whoa. First of all, you're the first person that in a while, since like 2017, that mentioned LinkedIn. So that already caught my eye, or it caught my attention, number one. Number two, just to give you a little bit of background on my LinkedIn, back in 2017, January, that's when I actually started my lending company. That's when we got approved, and I just needed to figure out how to get deals, right? So kind of like back to square one here.
We got a hot mic.
Yep, there we go. I just did it. So I went on LinkedIn, and I got really lucky on LinkedIn. From my military background, I started seeing some friends. So I started, connecting with some of my veterans all across the country. But then, it's the first time using LinkedIn, me being a mortgage lender, I started looking at, some mortgage conversations and threw up some pictures. It was my first venture, right? We're in Irvine. We had a small little team. I had a photo of like 10 of us, our entire operations team when we first started. And then I had one guy. His name was Anthony Shea. He's the owner of Loan Depot,
Mm-hmm.
and he reached out to me. He's like, gave me a thumbs up, and that one comment, at that time, no one was really using LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
He blasted me to the sky, bro. It was like 5,000, 10,000. They were like, whoa, why is this guy, like just giving a thumbs up to some random dude, right? And that's how I got to 28,000 followers. But I think looking back, it was a good thing that I didn't really do anything with it. Meaning, like, I didn't mess it up. I didn't lose my followers, right? Because I didn't know what I was doing with it, right? So anyhow, let me share my screen. I purchased for $150 per your recommendation the other day what's called Navigator. It's called LinkedIn Navigator. Share my screen.
Can I share mine as well? I have a small little presentation before.
Yeah. Okay, let me
Hot
go
mic.
ahead. If we can have everyone on mute, please.
It's in there.
Okay, where are you? Let's see.
Okay, I can share. It's fine.
You can?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's me. Okay. All right, guys. In the chat, where you guys at? Are you lenders? Are you realtors? Let me know in the chat. Let's fire up the chat, guys. While I'm getting the presentation together.
Realtor.
Awesome.
Realtor.
It's going to be hugely beneficial for you guys. Okay. So perfect. So the title today, guys, is Turn LinkedIn Traffic into Transactions, right? And I'm going to talk about why LinkedIn, how to find your dream client on LinkedIn, and then how do you connect with them. So why LinkedIn? Well, first I'll give you a little background about me. So I'm more coaching and training now, but my last year in big production, last year I think I did half of this, but last year in production, 2022, I did 49 transactions, almost 30 million, just over 30 million in production. And that's not just here, but that's all over. And a lot of that, most of that was from social media. So I just like to show people like this works. This really works. I have a undergrad and MBA in marketing, which is what you'll see a lot of this stuff comes from and why I kind of think differently, right? Like for real estate, I think a lot of us overcomplicate it. And for me, it was literally, you just got to make the phone ring. So I'm going to show you guys this, but also I'm going to give you guys some other platforms that will send you leads, and you when you close those deals, you pay a referral. Because when I got in, that was the first thing I thought. How do I make the phone ring? So I was like, I need to find every service that are gonna send me leads, make my phone ring, and then I close those deals. Okay, so. I've sold, a decent amount of real estate in the last 6 years I was doing this. I did it part-time in the beginning. Before that, I spent 12 years in corporate, worked for some really big brands, Union Pacific Railroad, Coca-Cola, Hasbro Toy Company, and really took a liking to digital marketing. But at the end of the day, I found my niche in helping, coaching, and training agents because, with the clients, we close the deal, you don't hear from them again for years, so they need you again, right? But if you can help an agent close deals and feed their family, they'll remember that, So, and with that being said, I have a huge organization. So I have over 200 agents in my group all around the country that I help with these same things that I'm going to be showing you guys today. So here's another, I saw this in the beginning. Most agents will fail this business because of obscurity. Not enough people will know their name.
They just don't know who
they just don't know. They're great. Most of the agents on this call, they're probably amazing agents. But
we
who
don't
wins?
know. Yeah.
The best marketer.
Right.
The best marketer. So people have to know you. So you have to figure out these platforms because this is the easiest way to build credibility and introduce yourself to people. Right?
Makes sense.
Why LinkedIn? Why LinkedIn? Tell me, what do you think about LinkedIn? Like,
take
a step back. Why LinkedIn?
For me, LinkedIn makes a lot of sense if it wasn't so complicated. It just looks so complicated, but there's a lot of business people on there.
Yep.
And for me, entrepreneurs, people that have a job,
Exactly.
they all have income.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. They all have jobs, and guess what? They tell you what their job is.
Man.
They love, like, LinkedIn is, and most of your clients, if you take a look back, they're not on Instagram, right? They may be on Facebook. They'll throw up a couple of little family pictures, but on LinkedIn, like, this is, them putting their job up is equal to them having a bikini on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wow. I didn't even think of it that way before. Wow, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's the
That's
equivalent
all I care
of
about
a
as
great
lender.
friend.
What's your income?
Exactly. So they will show you every job that they've had. You see everything. They lay it all out. Every accolade, everything. So they give you everything you need. The question is, at that point, like, how do you farm it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the part.
How do you
right.
farm it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So
Nice.
How do you find your dream client? So the first thing I do, so we're going to talk about it, then we're going to show you how to do it. Okay. So is that value to anybody? I mean, I want to hear it in the chat. Like, let me get a thumbs up. Like, let me get something.
I think we
like
should see at least 30 thumbs up here.
Yeah.
Right now
We need
forward.
participation. Your energy drives
Boom,
our energy,
look at
guys.
that. We got some fire. We got some let's go, some fist bumps.
I love it.
Fist
I love it.
bumps
I love
back
it. I
to
love
you,
it.
Christian. There you go. Boom,
Yeah,
boom.
guys. So here's the thing. How do you find your dream client? So first of all, it's easier to work with people. Want to work with people that they know, like, and trust, right?
Right.
And what are the common grounds we have? Like you mentioned, military. That's a huge one.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Military is a huge one. Another really big point is, like, where you went to college, where you went to school, like what city you're from, what neighborhood you live in. You know what I mean?
Man, I've been all over the country.
Exactly. So those are common grounds that you can essentially build a foundation, build a relationship with people, right? So if you could, and people, they tell you all that information in their LinkedIn profile. So you just need to learn how to scrub it. Okay?
So can I ask you a couple questions? Is this what you mean? Like, okay, so I'm a veteran. I'm Korean.
There you go.
I'm married. I don't know if that counts. I have kids, 4 kids. I'm Christian. Like any of those, like
So
all of those or some.
So
of those?
here's the difference. This is why LinkedIn is so important, because on Instagram and Facebook, that comes out, but it comes out in the form of a post. You see what I'm saying? So people have to already be following you to connect with that and be really tapped in. Or sometimes go and search your profile to see, oh, you know what? Alex Kim is this. Alex Kim is that, right?
Got it.
They actually have to do some work.
Got it.
LinkedIn, you get to do the work.
Oh, so that's why I haven't done it, because I haven't done the work.
You haven't done the work. So you get to do the work. So we're going to show you with Sales Navigator how you can go in there and scrub people's profiles and pull all that information out and then build your prospecting list.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm excited. Who else is excited there?
All right, let's do that. So let's go in. Let me stop my share for a second, and you can talk to them about lender stuff, and then I'll pull up my I'll pull up LinkedIn and I can show them some stuff.
Let's go. What's up, Sal? I see you watching. I have some new faces here. All right.
Can everybody hear me? Because I think my mic's muted.
Can everyone hear both?
Here?
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Is the audio tied in here?
This is for the cameras, but they can hear from here. Yeah, they can hear. Yep.
Okay,
they all
perfect.
confirmed. Cool.
All right, let me reshare. All right, guys. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is go in and really set up your LinkedIn profile. So there's a lot of work that has to be done on the front end of this, because you don't want people to think, I mean, it's just like Instagram, right? If you have no information up about you, people think that you're a bot or a scammer. You know? And on LinkedIn, you get the opportunity to really put all that information out about you, your business, and all those things. Hold on, let me go here. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the Sales Navigator. So you click into Sales Navigator. I think it's a extra $100. So it's a little 150. Yeah, a little bolt on, but best $150 I've ever spent in my life. Because guess what? Now you can have straight up conversations and you can find the people that you want to find. Okay. So let's do this. So if everyone can see my screen, essentially what this is this little section right here allows me to go out and filter LinkedIn for my dream client. So let's talk about what my dream client might be, right? So, and I want to be hyper local when I do this. Okay. So what I'm going to look for is, from a geography standpoint, I live in Chino. So I want people in Chino. I want people in Chino Hills, right? And those people are coming up. So the list is big. So let's see. There's 75,000 plus professionals in Chino and Chino Hills.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
That just tells you the scope of this.
Wow.
75,000 people, And again, all these people, look at this: vice president, senior manager. You think those people got money?
They pay their taxes. Yep. All right.
These people got a little money. You know what I mean? So that's going to be step one. Then step two is, we want people that are seasoned, right? How long does the money have to be seasoned? How long do you got to be on the job?
2 years is ideal. Yeah, at least 2 years. At least 2 years.
Let's get people that have been at their current company 3 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years. Okay, let's see what that list looks like now. 11,000. Okay, so that's a little.
So it shrinks down.
It shrinks down
because we are more qualified.
Yes, we're more qualified. Okay, so let's continue to look at this. Okay, so let's look at maybe industry. Nurses are pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Nurses?
Veterans, nurses.
Let's see. Nursing homes. I don't know about nursing homes.
Medical.
Let's see if that's an industry.
Yeah, industry.
Medical practices. Let's see. Let's see what that does. That's going to shrink it down a lot.
In Chino Hills. Okay.
Now this is highly targeted.
Wow.
This is highly targeted, guys. Highly targeted. Okay. Let's do something else that I've had a ton of success with, right? So I like to find people that went to my school. Okay. So, and I went to a small school, Clark Atlanta University. Okay. Look at that. That's my wife. Look at that.
One. Oh, okay. From Chino
One
Hills.
person. Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
But let's do this.
So it's accurate.
It's super accurate,
It's
guys. So let's do this. Let's find, geography. Let's do a county. Let's do San Bernardino County. Boom. Let's see how many we have. 10 results. Okay. Let's go Orange County. Let's go Los Angeles County. Okay, we have 365 people. So that's my list at that point. Now I have a list.
So now is 365, why is that like a good number in your mind from your experience?
Well, it's super targeted, and 365, I can work this. If it's 11,000, that's going to take me a long time to work through. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So with 365, I could work 10 a day. This is just a bolt on, right? Like,
Got it.
I have my normal things I'm doing for business, This is going to be one thing that I add
Got
every
it,
day.
got it. As part
just
of
to
your
kinda
marketing activity.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
something in common with these people. So these are 10 conversations
Got it.
I can have every day. And that's,
Got it.
I mean, that's the thing about real estate, right? It's consistency. That's
Right,
the
right,
biggest
right,
thing, right?
Okay.
So these are 10 people that I can connect with. So all I would do now is I would take this list, right? And I would basically pull out this list, save it, and then I would reach out to these 10 people a day, and I would just kind of message them. You know, I probably already messaged Kyle, but I would message Kyle something like this. You know, hi, Kyle. CAU.
I also see that you attended. So hi
Boom.
Kyle, I also see that you attended, I think you did an autocorrect. Attended CAU. I'd love to add you to my network here on LinkedIn.
That's it. And then boom, I'd send it. And I would do that 10 more times. And then guess what happens? I'm out doing my business, and then I come back in the afternoon, and guess what? All these people will have replied. Right? And then after that, I can show you guys some of the conversations I'm having. But my DMs are blown up. This is all day. All day. Conversations with people. Conversations with people. Look at this. I'm happy to connect. Hi, Chelsea. I see you attended Clark Atlanta. I'd love to add you to my network. Happy to connect.
Wow.
Happy to connect. All these people. All these people are now connected to me.
Because there's a
guess what?
connection. There's
Exactly.
there's a relationship there.
Exactly. And then I'll send an additional message. Let me find somebody I sent an additional message to. And guys, I'll have one of my VAs sometimes work this stuff for me, and then once the person starts commenting back, then I'll take over the conversation. But also, here's the thing. Okay, here we go. So I sent him this, and then I sent him the additional message. I said, "Hi, Royce. I see you also went to CAU. I graduated in 05 undergrad, then again in 07 with my MBA. I worked in corporate for 12 years and stepped out on my own and built a career in real estate. I'm looking to help all of my fellow Panthers with home ownership. Any real estate plans?" He said, "Not at this time." Right?
Yeah, at least but
not at this time, right? So what I'm doing at this point now, again, I'm having a conversation.
Right.
The goal ultimately for me is to add them to
the CRM.
My CRM.
Right. And
then I just drip
to
on them.
categorize him.
Exactly.
Because he said not at this time.
Exactly.
Meaning I didn't do it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly.
Right.
So at this point now I just added another person to my database.
Right.
And I already have a weekly email going out. So now I just added him to that. So now he's going to constantly get my emails, anything I push out. And that's the goal, just to get people in your network. You know what I'm saying? Get them in your atmosphere. And, there's a guy named Ricky Caruth, and basically he built this huge list of people by just adding them to his email.
Got it.
So I was like, Ricky did that by cold calling. I could 10X it by doing it this way. And I just continue to drip on these people.
So how much time do you spend on LinkedIn per day, or on average? Or what's the recommended for someone
minutes.
who's 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes a day
10-15 minutes
for
a day.
someone who's starting? And then something real simple. So what you just did, from what I noticed, is you found kind of something that you can relate to with them, your school, right? And then you're saying, hey, I see that you attended. Now, is there a way to automate that first message? Because that seems pretty consistent.
There is.
With that target group.
Yep. There is. So there's a bolt-on product called Dripify that will automate the messages for you. So I'm sending out 75 messages a day. And then all I'm doing is coming in the afternoon, and either I'm replying or my VA is replying until somebody raises their hand. And people do raise their hand. So if you give me a second, you can take over. I'll pull up one of the messages where somebody has raised their hand.
Sure.
Yep, and I can just kind of show you guys how that conversation went and how I pulled it offline.
Got it. Wow. Well, that's some really good insight there. I mean,
guys.
it's finding the type of income, finding people with jobs, right? And then finding a common ground and then starting to message them. But it's just, from what I noticed, you're not really pushing the real estate. That comes later in the conversation once they actually want to connect with you. I mean, it's just kind of, simple.
Yeah. I mean, it's very simple, but again, it's how do you make the phone ring? Like, how do you, I built my whole business on attracting clients, right? So I can go out and live my life, do my day, enjoy myself. And then in the background, I have all these different things working, generating clients, generating interest, you know what I mean? Building my brand.
Yeah.
And when they raise their hand, I'm here.
Right.
Right.
I like that. Any questions, guys, for the audience?
Unmute yourselves. Unmute yourselves.
Yeah, you could chat or unmute and ask.
Can you create a drip system that emails them periodically, or is it you have to do it personally every time?
Yeah. So I have created a drip system that will drip on them. But then once I collect my whole goal is to really collect their email, and then I put them into my CRM, and then there's a drip campaign that they get put on that way.
What are you looking for?
My computer's about to die.
Okay. Let's get him a plug here. All right. So, any other questions before we move on to the next segment?
Alex, the Navigator system, is it $150 a month or is it for a year?
A month.
$150 per month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just bought it yesterday, actually.
But again, 75, unlimited conversations daily for $150.
So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hooking up with Will after this brief training. I mean, what he's showing right now today, we're limited on time, are the possibilities, what's possible. But there's going to be some detailed rigging here and some step-by-step things that he's going to be helping me set up. And then one thing that he suggested, which I thought was brilliant, was if everyone can follow me here on Instagram and DM me your email address and DM me, your email address. I think that'll be a good start, and your cell phone number. That's what I'm going to need. Then what my team's going to do is, this is what Will suggested. Everyone here will put into a, what do you suggest? Like Facebook, a WhatsApp, group. a Facebook group. Perfect. A Facebook group. And then from there, any leads that I'll be generating in our local area, really any lead, right? Because you said you have agents all across the country.
All across the country.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be posting up anyone that has interest, their profile, and then whoever raises their hand first, whoever's available to reach out to any of my my potential clients, I'll be sharing that. So that's my goal after this training. So everyone here is going to be invited to join this new Facebook group. It's going to be the LinkedIn Real Estate Prospects. I'll call it something like that, and we'll be sharing that with whoever is in this group today, right? So then we'll kind of see how that plays out.
So let me share this with you guys. So this is I have many success stories, but here's one. Okay. So I'll just let you guys read the first part. And it says, same message that everybody gets. But then she replied, "Hi, Will, the algorithm is working because you reached out at the perfect time. I'm looking to buy ASAP. once I commit to an area, I'll definitely reach out. Appreciate you for reaching out. And then she asked why I switched to real estate. And then I went down and kind of explained that to her. But then I moved the conversation offline and scheduled an appointment and had her under contract in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And that's the power of this.
Wow. And this is just one platform.
This is one platform.
Right.
This is just
amazing.
one platform, guys. So I appreciate the opportunity, man,
thank you.
to connect with your network.
Can you share your Instagram, IG, and then if people want to reach out for any more questions, what's the next step if they have some?
Yeah. So I do provide coaching on this. I'm on all platforms, guys. I generate leads from YouTube. I generate leads from Instagram. I generate leads from LinkedIn. So I've really figured out how to go into these platforms and use them to the fullest and best ability. So I do coach on this stuff. So if you would just connect with me, I'm Will Higgins on Instagram. That's probably the best place you guys can connect with me. I'm Will Higgins on Instagram. But I'm on every platform, guys.
So let's see. I'm Will Higgins. Here we go. That's his profile, everyone. Make sure you follow him and then message him, maybe with your name and number. Mm-hmm. And then if you have any questions, you can follow up with him. And he's a wealth of knowledge. I mean, we can't get everything out of him in 30 minutes, but just enough so you can kind of see his thought process. All right. So Will, thank you very much for that.
Yep.
With the remainder, next 10, 15 minutes, what I want to show you is this is something that I used from a long time ago, but I think a lot of people get a little nervous with lives, Facebook Lives or any kind of live, but there's a little trick that is very effective, especially on Facebook. I mean, for me personally, I really don't use LinkedIn, and I haven't really converted. I know nowadays deals are being converted on Instagram, but for me, for my clientele, all of my conversions have come from Facebook still. And I think the future, of course, is Instagram and some of the other maybe newer platforms. But for Facebook, that's where your real, I would say, consumers are, because they're there to buy. They're a little bit more, Facebook, you tend to have more readers, right? So if you can actually use Facebook and Facebook Live in a different way where your audience. This actually is a good transition from what we just learned from Will. Will was talking to a very specific group of people, right? So we could do the same on Facebook. So I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm actually going to go live right now, okay? And before I go live, okay, who do I want to go live with? Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen this feature, but there is a way on Facebook when you hit that, you probably never even hit this button here, right, where you would even go live. But if you look at the post audience, okay, when I go live, I'm very specific of who I go live with, right? So you could go live with public. That's like everyone. That's like all your followers. And if you're like me, I don't really know all my followers that are on my audience if I go public. Then I can go live with friends. Then I can go live with friends except a few people that, I really don't want following me. But then specific friends. This is probably one of the most powerful tools, audience tools, because with specific friends, what I can do is I can choose maybe 10 of my last homeowners that I just put into a home. Or I can choose, people that I'm communicating with that's very, very, specific to what I want to share, right? Or, not everyone wants to hear market news. So if I have a list of specific friends or an audience that I'm going to be talking to, this is the power of that. So my message can be customized now, right? So let me see if I can show you. This is a message that I put out. It was live, and it was only to my real estate friends, a handful of friends that. This year so far, we're already on day 25 of January 2024, and that I'm comfortable. Off to the races. Market is definitely, starting to show some. So I'm comfortable talking to a specific audience, especially if I know that not everyone is watching, right? So imagine if I'm talking to like my team and I just want to give my team an update, or I have a certain group of clients that I want to pitch a specific product to, or I want to invite, even if it's personal, I want to invite my friends to an event, to a party, right? So this is a way where the audience, even though I know who I chose as the specific audience, they actually don't know that. Now, if you really want to get to a granular level, you can even specifically choose one or two people. And then imagine if they are seeing you talking to them on Facebook Live, giving them a shout out. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and say happy birthday. Hey, it's just remember what we talked about last month, at our meetup. We have these amazing new loan products, or hey, we have these houses coming up, or it's a good time to buy right now. The message can be very specific, and when you're live and they don't happen to be on, they're not going to see you live. However, the good thing about being specific with your audience, after you finish that post, if you go back and tag, right? So let me see if I can do an example here. I don't want to mess up my, let me see. Okay. So if I go back to the post, once I post it, again, no one else on your friends list will be able to see it except the people that you chose when you hit that live button, right? So then after you complete the post, then you go back and you tag the person that you're speaking to. Now when they log in, there's going to be an alert on their Facebook, right? So when they see that, they're going to see your message. That's 100% surefire way for them to see your message, because you're tagging them. There's going to be a comment, and then there's going to be a tag when they open up that alert section. All right, so I highly recommend using that for your very specific messages, and that'll give you the confidence to start doing lives, because these lives are very powerful right now. All right. That's my share for today. That's our golden nugget for the week on the marketing side. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Any questions based on what we talked about with Will or with Facebook Live? All right. Let me take this off screen share.
Hey Alex, I don't have a question, but I want to make a comment on the Facebook Live. So I actually used this feature when COVID first happened and none of us could do open houses. I did virtual open houses. So I would open up a Facebook Live and I would literally just video the property, walking around, talking to people. I actually got quite a bit of people that would jump in and got quite a bit of leads during that time. So it was a nice tool at the time because we weren't able to do any business at the houses and interact with people. So at the time, we kind of had to pivot, figure out what we were going to do to get business, and that's kind of what I turned to. And it worked. It worked very well during that time until they came up with the COVID restrictions for open houses.
Now, were you using the specific audience feature?
No, I just went public because I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
I wanted leads, so I wanted anybody and everybody to see it.
Yeah. So can you think of how, if you wanted to target a specific audience, how that could be beneficial to you, like in your content?
I mean, I don't know if targeting specific friends would have worked. I did it public just because I wanted to generate just raw leads, and that was kind of the target. And like, I don't know how if I targeted specific people, if that would have worked out better. I actually didn't even know about that feature, so that was a good nugget that you brought up.
Okay, yeah. So another way that I would use that then is you target your audience, and then if they're kind of like prospect buyers, right, instead of sellers, and you just happen to be like targeting them, then what you can do is you can talk about a new Facebook group community that you're setting up. Right, so that's another thing that that I see very effective. I don't know if you're part of a neighborhood where the neighborhood, kind of real estate agents are the ones that do this. They're the ones creating like their neighborhood community page, and they're talking about, they kind of set it up to where everyone can talk about the safetiness, or they kind of look out for each other. They put photos up of each other, of some weird people walking around, especially at night. Maybe some trash, like, hey, just kind of talking about that. So if you can create a Facebook community page for your neighborhood, right, that you live in, like, I don't know how many of you, are known in your own neighborhood as being the real estate professional. Right, so that's how I would use Facebook as well. So hopefully that helps.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we can help you with that as well. Any other questions before we end the meeting for today? Man, I appreciate.
This is Jesse. For the agents that are on here right now, you mentioned training earlier. Did you want to really quick let them know what that entails, and how did they just reach out to you on IG and that's it?
Yeah, actually, Will's not here right now. He stepped into another meeting. But if you DM him on his Instagram, he can give you some options on what kind of coaching he can help with. But I'll definitely be sharing my testimonials as we work together on my LinkedIn. And again, I'll be reaching out to all of you if you DM me your info to include you into our new Facebook group that we're setting up this week.
Yeah, what was the DM that we got to send on Instagram for that, Alex?
I already have your info, but if I
Okay.
have your info, if you could DM me your email and phone number, that way my team can reach back, confirm, and then invite you to a Facebook group page that we're gonna get started here with our LinkedIn prospects, real estate prospects. All right. Well, I appreciate you all taking the time today to join us and learn new ways to market, different ways to market. And what I learned from Will today is, I mean, he said it, 15 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes a day on LinkedIn. I feel like that's worth committing to, especially with my database. And then figuring out what target audience. What my other golden nugget was, he's looking for a group of 300 to 500 people. So if I'm committing to 15 minutes a day, then it makes sense that I really want to think about what kind of target audience I would want to be reaching out to on a consistent basis. So those are my two golden nuggets. Anyone else? Anyone else have any golden nuggets to share?
If I do, Alex, I'm gonna charge you.
All right, I just need the free ones, bro. Don't be bringing your big ones. Just a couple small little golden nuggets, bro. Not the bars. Leave the bars. Leave the bars at home for now.
Yeah, I got a golden nugget. People need to sign up to right now. I think the problem that I see is agents forget that they need to do the free stuff, especially the new ones, right? The free. What's free? Expires and for sale by owners are free. You could get them from title. What's free? Door knocking. door knock somebody's listing, door knock a market report in your area. What's also free? Open houses. And if you don't have open houses, reach out to other agents that do and do their open houses during the week, not during the weekend, right? Because the business owner is working on the weekends and their only day off is the weekday. I just dropped some bombs on you right now.
I like that, the weekday. Question for you on that, Alfred. The title, you said the title list, right? Expired. Do those numbers actually work? Are they like cell phone numbers now? Because I remember back in the day, those were like landlines that people never picked up. Are you getting some pretty good numbers from title companies?
Yes, if I want to, but the reality, I use a company called My Plus Leads, and their numbers are pretty accurate. It comes with the number, the address, and the email. It's called My Plus Leads, and it's very affordable. For example, I have San Bernardino County and Riverside County. I pay $70 a month, and I get an average of about, depending on the date, but normally every first of the month you get about 200-300 expires. Every first of the month is always in the hundreds, but in average you're getting about 1,000 to 1,500 leads a month for $70.
Got it, got it. And how much time do you spend on that on a weekly basis or monthly basis?
So here, when somebody, I was hearing about, you said something that somebody spends 15 minutes. It takes me 15 minutes to warm up. The reality is this, Alex. The first thing we should be doing between 9 and 12 is prospecting. It's not going to be minutes. I think that's a stigma. You need to make 90-minute interval calls. What that means is you call for 90 minutes, take a break, because then you're going to get deal fatigue if you're getting a lot of no's. I'm not interested. F you. Remember, F you means follow up, but you got to do it. You got to do it in 90-minute intervals, right? So you call between 9 and 12. And if you're not getting a good answer response, you call between 4 and 7. Remember, we're a business. We don't shut down. We're like 7-Eleven, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? There is no days off in real estate, Alex.
So those are some good golden nuggets. 9 to 12 and 4 to 7 works for you. I did notice that actually 4 to 7, but I didn't know about the 9 to 12. That's some good information from an expert like you. Thank you.
Here's another one, Alex. A lot of the times I say we agents, right? We agents. I'm not saying every agent, but for the most part, agents feel like, oh, I'm going to use a dialer. I'm going to be honest. I'm not very big on a dialer system. The reason why is, let's say, for example, only 90 leads came in today, and you put it on a dialer, and that dialer is dialing 3 numbers at the same time. And because you want to check the box to feed your ego that you call 100 people, it's not about how many phone calls you're doing. It's about how many contacts you're having. Because every contact is a contract. So the big problem that I see right now, Alex, to be honest with you, is there are a lot of people out there that are giving advice, but then you go look at their numbers and they're not, whatever they're saying doesn't match their vision board, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. And I know, I'll give you a shout out on that because your numbers back up, your talk. So this is Alfred Galvin with the 10X program. He's a coach. He's a team leader. But what really sticks out about you, Alfred, is you're always on the phones and you're hustling, right?
Yes, sir. You want me to be honest with you? Look, I'm gonna turn my camera on. I'm actually outside a listing appointment. I had no excuses to log in because your boy Jesse, your VP, told me, Alfred, log in if you can. I said, Jesse, I'm gonna be on the road because I have a listing appointment right now at 12 here in Ontario. But once I get there, I'm gonna park. I'm gonna turn my camera on and let you know there's no excuses. I'm very fortunate that I get to go on 3 to 5 listings a week, Alex. And I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I might not get every listing that I go to, but at least I'm in front of a lot of people having a lot of conversations, making sure that I'm sharpening my craft. Because once again, I said, real estate is a contact sport. The more people you talk to, the more appointments. The more appointments, the more showings, and the more showings, the more money. Right?
So, you you mentioned ego earlier, right? Ego with like, oh, I need $1, I need this, so I can tell myself I did 100 calls, 200 calls. Let me ask you this. I think you would be able to help me answer this question. People who used to be, on the calls years ago, right? They have that in their head. When they were doing it, they were doing it. And then maybe, later on they felt like, oh, I grew up from that and I don't need to do it. How much harder, or how is there any other way besides going back and just picking up the phones and just making those calls and getting those contacts? Other than doing that, is there any way to prepare for it, having the perfect script beforehand, or is it a matter of doing it, like you said, getting turned down, getting cussed out, and then just moving on and continue doing it? Can you give me some insight on that?
Absolutely. I truly believe before you even get on the dialer, it all starts with mindset, right? Who you listen to in the morning when you wake up. And that means your wife doesn't count, your spouse doesn't count. Block them out. Block them out and block your kids out. Because in the morning, you got to be careful who you're talking to, who you're listening to. Make sure you're praying, you're meditating, you're drinking a lot of water and exercising. That's number one rule. Number two, are you warming up? Are you doing your reps, your muscle reps? Are you practicing person and drilling every day? How many partners do you have that you role play every day? I'm very big on role play because I truly believe, just like an actor, Will Smith makes 30 million a movie. It's not because he's a good-looking guy. It's because he learns his script and then he becomes an actor. An agent is the same thing. We can make as much money as you want, but how good are you going to get at your craft, right? So I'm very big on scripts and role play because you can throw any objection at me right now, Alex, and I can guarantee you I'm just going to pivot and keep going. I'm going to lock you in. I'm going to set up my appointment. The thing is, when you're scared, agents have call reluctant. They don't want to call. Why? Because they don't know what they're going to say. Right. They're chasing the shiny object syndrome, right? But my purpose is this. If you haven't watched the movie The Bucket List, go watch it. Because sometimes, like you said, agents that have been here 10 years, 20 years, I really want to personally thank them for their service, just like I would thank a vet. But just like every business has a re-grand opening, I ask you, when are you going to have your re-grand opening? Because your Mike Ferry scripts from 1990 are not working right now.
That's what it is.
Your playbook from 2023 is not going to work right now because you got people like me and other people that are working very, very hard to take away your business, right? So what do? I got to do the things that I don't like, but do them as I love them. Do you think I like to wake up at 3:45 and then go to the gym and then read my audibles and then get your text early in the morning and then watch your guys working out and then jump on Christian Fuentes 5:15 a.m. call and then jump on my Grant Cardone at 7 o'clock? No, but guess what? I do those things because I'm driven by passion and purpose, and it's bigger than me. I'm here to revolutionize and change the real estate world because there's a stigma of people going around trying to train other people and don't have the things to back it up. And I don't mean by material things. Anybody can rent a Lambo. Anybody can rent a Lambo.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I would love to do an event called Cold Call Wars, where I want to put the top agents from all the companies and we go head to head making phone calls. Let's see who books the most appointments. Remember that, Alex.
I'll be
Cold
there.
Call Wars. Cold Call
I'll give you a
Wars.
head start, my man.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. I have a lot of energy.
I love it. I appreciate that energy, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. Alfred, I'll be reaching out to you for one of our future segments. We're going to have you come on board if time permits. So appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Maybe we could do an event called Master the Follow-Up. I would love to be your main speaker for that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yep. Jesse.
Peace out, guys. Wish me luck. Nothing else pays. Be great.
Alfred.
God bless.
Later on, guys.
Go, Alfred.
All right,
Let's
go. Thank you all for your attendance today, and hopefully we brought some value, and we'll be lining these up so that we can generate leads in 2024 together. Take care, everyone. God bless. So we had amazing guests today. Appreciate everyone that came to support. Appreciate all of you that came to learn with us new ways. Remember what we learned today. We always have to elevate and innovate so that we can learn new ways to generate leads, and generating leads, getting the phones to ring. That's our goal right now. If you want to follow me and follow this journey in figuring out how we can all together generate more business together, subscribe, like to my channel, and comment some ideas and some people that you'd like to hear from. I'll see you soon.